Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Solana price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis, and starting on the 2-hour chart here for the first possibility where we have a potential bullish scenario 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 finish wave 1 or a wave A, and we're looking at a finish W, X and a Y finishing between the perfect fib levels 1.38, 1.618 for a wave C in an expanding flat. However, this expanding flat, in case it is, you would like to see, of course, one more leg towards the downside to hit the most common target and, of course, to finish 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. In this case scenario, we start to see a very high potential of bullish, and we see, of course, higher prices. Even on the logarithmic chart, we did not reach the 0.38, but if we go to the linear chart, we have exactly touched the 0.38, and we start to retrace toward the upside or to move impulsively, I would say, on the lower time frame, which we're gonna see it in the micro levels. Now, in this case scenario, you finish in W, X, and a Y. The wave Y is a zigzag, the same as for the W and the X, and we're moving simply toward the upside after a finished wave 2 or a wave B, meaning we are looking for much more higher continuation of the bull trend, whether you are corrective in a big ABC or you are in a big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a continuation for a higher. Now, if we move on the 15-minute chart to see some micro levels here, you can see, of course, after the low here, taking all these counts, at the same time finishing the structure, potentially, we might see, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1 finished, you got a wave 2, very corrective, another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and potentially continuation toward the upside. This might be, of course, unfolding something very bullish. It might be even this is your wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 for wave 3, where the wave 5 might be very extended, guys. Invalidation of the bearish, which is the impulse here, which gives much more higher possibilities that we are moving toward the upside, is simply taking this price, the invalidation of bearish, interfering with the zone 1 here, which is at $169. Very nice price action for Solana. We are probably moving for higher as expected in the live stream on Saturday. If you remember, I have mentioned you want to be in already. It doesn't matter, one more leg, 1.618. It's a very small one. I can handle the losses in case, of course, it happens, and just wait until the bull run started. In case it has started already here, I want to be already in. And here we go, moving toward the upside, wave 3 right now, potentially, of course. Now, much more confirmation would be given, of course, much more likely if we take the 169. So, in overall, Solana looks very bullish, and still, of course, moving toward the upside in all case scenarios, guys. Even if we move for one more leg toward the downside from here, it doesn't matter before taking the invalidation. Also, it doesn't matter. 148 is a handleable price. We still, of course, in a big impulse. The direction is toward the upside. Sooner or later, we're gonna reach higher, whether from now or from there. But be careful, the market is very tricky always, and it is very obvious that it might, of course, launch a bullish scenario from the 0.38 on the logarithmic chart. While on the linear chart, it has took it already and is ready to move toward the upside. So this is a big difference, guys. Yes, so these are the possibilities. Let's see what are the possibilities on the daily chart here for the spot holders. Is it too late to enter? Of course not. It is exactly the right time. Of course, no financial advice, guys. But for the spot holders, it is exactly the right time where you would like to enter, of course. And here we go. Right now, we are unfolding this potential scenario where we have a 1, 2, and then 3. You're looking for a wave 4 in ending diagonal wave 5. Now, this wave 4, of course, it needs to be kind of like 3 ways toward the downside. However, Once we got an impulse here, we got another impulse toward the upside, as we saw on the lower time frame. So potentially we are looking at an ABC zigzag, because you got an impulse, meaning you might get, and again of course, a wave C toward the downside, hitting the $75, which is the most likely target here for Solana later on to continue for a wave 5 toward the upside. This is a must to have, of course, for a wave C, and then moving for higher later on. Very interesting scenario here, which it works on all the bullish scenario, where you have 3 waves toward the upside in a zigzag for a wave A. You're looking for 3 waves toward the downside for a wave B, and continuation toward the upside again for a massive wave C. Final scenario is double 1-2. So this is the first 1-2. You got another impulse for the second 1-2, which is not finished yet. Minimum requirement for a wave 2 is 0.38, and you're still looking for one more leg toward the downside, but it is not the time yet for it. You still have a major move toward the upside in a wave C first, and then moving again toward the downside for a bigger wave C, actually, because here the wave C is a smaller one for the wave B, right? To finish A, B, C for a wave B, and then finishing a major wave C toward the downside. And that means, of course, once we get this high, we might move back, of course, for this wave C, and then continuation for a massive explosive wave 3 toward the upside, which it has, of course, a high potential scenario here. In case we are bearish more than this, of course, in a long-term bearish, this is a short-term bearish. In a longer-term bearish would be, of course, unfolding something bigger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, toward the downside for a wave C, in case you are in A, B, and a C. Very, very low possibility, and so far, actually, for Solana. I mean, it's a big blockchain, and most of the crypto depends on it right now, so Solana is really a stronghold. So basically, the 75 might be an awesome opportunity, of course, for Solana in case it touch it again, and then moving towards the upside. But currently, we're still looking for higher first before reaching this 75. That was it for Solana. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.